What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. I have not too long woken up, maybe like half an hour, 45 minutes ago, as you could probably tell by like my bed head or just like my face in general. We are currently 9 weeks and like 5 days out from nationals. It is Tuesday and it's almost 10 a.m. right now. So basically the goal of this video, today I have heavy squats. The goal of this video, I want to be a little bit different, and I actually want to give you guys kind of like an insight into everything I do to kind of like optimize my strength training, optimize my recovery and everything like that, and like, you know, actually see strength progress. So yeah, I'll walk you guys through that, kind of like walk you guys through my day and all the things that I do. I'm recording on my camera right now. This is extremely heavy with this particular lens, so yeah, I might have to like switch hands. The first thing that I do, I don't necessarily have like a time-lapse footage of it, but the first thing that I do is I try to sleep like 9 hours every single night. 9 hours is a lot, and obviously, like, you know, most people may not be able to get that in, but I try to sleep you know, anywhere from like 8 to 9 hours. It's not always going to be 9, but 9 before a session like today. As I said, we have like heavy squats, but the first thing is sleep makes a huge difference. I try to make the room as cold and as dark as possible when I do sleep as well. So right now I have some work to do. I have to get back to my clients, and I think I also got the last YouTube video that I posted before this. I got that from Nico today, so I'm gonna check all that out, do a bit of work, and then I'll walk you guys through a couple of the other things that I do, kind of like on a morning before I actually go to train. All right, so for the most part, I am done getting back to clients. Still have maybe like 1 or 2 clients to get back to, and there's a little bit more like in-depth check-ins. But it is 10:30 right now. I have not eaten anything for the day. All I've been doing for the most part is just like drinking water. But the next thing on the list is that I track my food to optimize strength training, optimize recovery, everything like that. And I don't just track my food, but I actually pre-plan my food. So as it is set right now, as I said, I haven't eaten anything for the day, but for the most part, like, you can see that my nutrition is planned out. I use my Fitness Pal, and I really only have 2 meals a day. So my first meal is usually breakfast, and I have that at 11 a.m., which is why I'm like now going to start like preparing that. And then my second meal is dinner, and I have like a snack in between that, but it's usually just like a protein shake. So yeah, I'll show you guys all of that. For breakfast, more than likely what I'm looking at, panko chicken, and then just like some cereal and milk for you know, like some fiber and carbs. All right, at the moment I'm on 3,300 calories. I eat slightly above that, sometimes slightly below that. Sometimes it really just kind of like depends on the day. So I don't actually track like super strictly. So my macros are usually 265 protein, because that's like around my body weight. I try to get in 1-to-1, 350 carb and 95 fat to make that up. Today, as you can see, you can probably see like on the top there, I'm gonna be 72 calories over. I already kind of like pre-planned out everything, so let me like run you guys through it. So for breakfast, we're looking at some panko chicken breast, milk, beef ham, which is pretty like lean, some Kraft American singles, some Weetabix, which is a cereal, and then just like some brown sugar to cap that off. So let me get all that and put it together, and I'll literally show you guys. So for dinner, I'll probably be having some of this grass-fed ground beef. So I'm going to take this out and just like let it thaw for a while. That is extremely frozen. Alright, and then besides that, this is the panko chicken breast that I have pretty much every single morning. I have milk every single morning as well, which is why I have so many. This is full cream milk, so it's not like low fat or anything like that. Then I also have the Kraft cheese, and this is the beef ham. I have a entire pack worth of this pretty much like every single morning as well. So yeah, usually it's gonna be Weetabix. I also have like Cinnamon Toast Crunch and stuff like that sometimes. Also have like my rice there for later. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and actually like put all this food together. I'll show you guys what it is, kind of like the end, and I'll also show you guys what I do while like I have my food cooking. For example, like the panko chicken breast, like that actually needs to be like air fried, and usually takes anywhere like up to half an hour to air fry. So that's why I start prepping at like 10:30, so I could eat like at 11 or just after 11, and then go train for like 1. So yeah, I'm gonna put this to prep and then I'll check in with you guys. So the next thing I do might actually be the biggest thing right behind like, yeah, maybe right behind like gaining 1 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. But it is walking, like just simply getting steps in. So me personally, I like to get in 8 to 10,000 steps per day. Honestly, closer to 10,000. And why is the sun coming out, bro? But yeah, so basically what I do is like I just take walks kind of throughout the day. Usually I just take like a 20-minute walk, and that gets me like 2,000 steps before like a lower body day. And yeah, I usually just like walk through my community. Right now, as I said, I haven't really done too much for the day, so you guys could see I only have like 550 steps so far. So yeah, I haven't really done too much today, but I'll probably walk out here for, I mean, the sun is it's not enjoyable, but yeah, I'll probably walk out here for like 15 minutes, and yeah, based on how I feel, might take the extra 5 minutes, go to 20, and that should be it. Before my workouts, I like to get in around 2,000, 2,500 steps. If it's like an upper body only day, like a bench day, I usually like to get in closer to like 4,000 steps before my workout. Then within the workout, again, depending on how long it is, I might get in like 2,000 to 3,000 steps, and then I just like to finish off the rest like after that. So yeah, I'm gonna walk here, and oh, the sun went away. All right, cool. Food is ready and prepared. We have the cereal here. This looks absolutely disgusting on camera, but it tastes great because I put sugar in there as well. And then we have the beef ham, the cheese, and then below there is like the chicken breast. And then I didn't account for the calories on these. This is mustard, ketchup, and honey barbecue sauce. But yeah, I probably won't account for the calories on this. Total macros on this meal: 170 carb, 52.6 fat, and 115 grams of protein. This is literally all I will have before I train, and is 11. You guys can see, yeah, it's 11:30 right now. And yeah, I'll probably train at around like 1:30 or 2 p.m. and I'm gonna go ahead and watch some YouTube.
You know, anything goes. There's going to be outlaws, but there's places. There's so much potential for this game. Another big standout for me is a huge improvement.
It's about 12:30 right now. I am about to start getting ready for the gym here pretty soon, but I wanted to walk you guys through one other thing that I do, kind of like a combination of two things: supplementation and hydration, where I keep everything that I use. One of the main things is a multivitamin. The next is omegas, and then greens as well. Usually I just kind of like take all these together right at like, you know, when I can get back from my workout, along with my protein as well. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just happen to like this protein and it's very easily available here in Trinidad. On top of that, I also take some Reduxon. If you guys don't know what this is, I don't know if this is like an international brand or anything like that, but this is just like a vitamin C tablet. Gives me like all the vitamin C that I need for the day, and then obviously the multivitamin here has vitamin C in it as well. And then obviously the holy grail of all is creatine. I'll tell you guys a little bit more about like when I actually like take this. But yeah, in terms of supplementation, that's more or less it for me. I do have some BCAAs here, so on some like rest days I take this because this is BCAAs plus electrolytes for hydration. But speaking of hydration, that's kind of like the main thing that I wanted to talk about here. And I'm not sponsored by Element, but this is my go-to for hydration. I bought this like big box. I think there were like 120 servings of like electrolyte packs in here. But these are really good. These are what I use every single workout, like even if I'm not sweating that much. So you guys can see it's 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 potassium, and 60 magnesium. And these really help with cramping. Obviously it's super hot here in Trinidad, so I do sweat a lot, so I use these pre-workout. So I'll be taking that to go with me to the gym. And then also I use a lot of salt, so I didn't show you guys, but I did add some salt to my breakfast earlier, just like external salt, just to make sure that I, you know, kind of like I'm very hydrated. And then on top of that, obviously drink like a lot of water. I actually have to go get some more water because it's like the last bit of water that I do have. But this entire thing is 2 gallons or like 8 liters. And yeah, I try to drink like one of these per day. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready for the gym. And obviously I'm gonna take my electrolyte stuff, stop and get some water as well. And then yeah, I'll talk with you guys at the gym. Alright, SPD t-shirt, if you guys can see that. Random pants, Ivanka shoes. Wow. Let's go squat. Water. Wow. Sorry. So as I said, we have heavy squats today. What we have exactly is a week 2 double. I take doubles every other week, so I have one on week 2, and then I will have the next one on week 4 of the phase. So today the plan is really just to take something, no like specific RP or anything like that, but it's really just to like take something that will kind of like prep me for that like week 4 double. That is like the ultimate goal of the block. So yeah, it'll probably be somewhere around like mid 700s. As you guys can see, I haven't even hit like 1 rep yet and already like literally dripping with sweat. So that's one of the important things with hydration when training in such like a hot space. So yeah. So I've been using these new SPD sleeves. I think I dropped my review like 5 weeks ago, so been using them for like maybe 6-7 weeks in total. And yeah, I think initially I was maybe like a little bit like, oh well, it's, you know, maybe just like a 1.5x or 2x to the old sleeves, but using them more and more with heavier sets, I'm fully convinced that these sleeves are, yeah, they're good. Like they feel really comfortable. The compression is crazy. So yeah, if you guys like, obviously if you don't want to get these sleeves, like don't get it. But if you do want to get these sleeves, honestly, I would more so recommend them now than I did like, you know, 5 weeks ago. So yeah, these are pretty good. You get them at my link below, my SPD support link. And yeah. I put my sleeves on at 2 reds, by the way. So we just took 595, and that was super easy. This is 6 reds, no color, so 705. And take this for a single, and then based off of how this feels, know where we at for the day. Alright, so went to 760. Coachman say this how to move at RP 8.
Dog, I fucking 7.5 dog.
8.
7.5
I would have been very confident doing 2 reps again.
No, definitely a 7.5.
Alright, so me and Sanjeev was just talking about how good squat is going. That was the first back down set with 606. Top set was 760 for 2, which that was literally my PR going into last competition, and then that was just like a casual week 2 double. So as I said, I only have one more double, like heavy double this block. So yeah, I'm not gonna reveal the plans for that. This video is not about that. So yeah, I will take like my back down sets. I'm gonna go up for the next one, so the next one will probably be like 640 or something like that. And then some easy back down, some last and press accessories. And yeah, usually my like intro workout hydration packet, I take that like after the first main movement, because all the hydration that I did before like the actual, like me reaching to the gym, usually could like sustain me in this kind of heat for like maybe like an hour and a half, and then like I really need some help. So yeah, I'm gonna go through these back down sets here, and I'll check in with you guys. all squats done. It is hydration time. I used to mix these in like a bottle of water, but I kind of found that I don't really want to drink that much water to kind of like hydrate up. So generally just crack the pack, dry scoop it, and chug some water. So show you guys the process of that. It is extremely harsh when you do it the first couple times, but you get used to it. Damn, bro. Clearly, I haven't even showered yet, but usually I like to get in this protein shake here ASAP, like as soon as I get home type thing. So yeah, I am going to be having 2 scoops of this. So that right there will be, you guys could probably see, but yeah, that would be 60 grams of protein in total. And then I'm gonna basically have a serving of each of these. So 1 of the multivitamins, 3 of these, and then like 1 serving of this as well. And then I'm gonna have the go-to creatine. I'm gonna have 10 grams. Usually I like to space this out very differently. Usually I like to time it a little bit better. So I like to have the creatine before I actually train. I like to have the greens in the morning. The multivitamin I usually take around this time, and the omegas I usually take around this time as well. But yeah, just for the sake of this video, I had like a lot going on outside today. Yeah, so yeah, my mind is kind of like all over the place. So yeah, it is more important to like actually take these things as opposed to timing it perfectly and like syncing it up like, oh yeah, I have to take my creatine before I work out and everything like that. It's just more important to actually take them. So I'm gonna take everything at once, as I said. But yeah, ideally I would like to time these like a lot differently. Depending on how beat up I feel as well, I will probably drink some of this, just because there's like a little bit more electrolytes in it. But yeah, you guys could see here that we already got in 7,400 steps, and that's just straight up from what we did earlier and then just like the workout in general. So yeah, it should be very easy on this particular training day because we have like squats and everything like that, and we spent like a long time in the gym. Should be very easy to get in the rest of the steps. For anybody who asks in terms of like how long my workouts usually last, This particular workout, as you guys can see in like the top corner there, if you could probably see, yeah, it is 6:30 now. It took me like half an hour to get home from the gym. There was some traffic, as you guys saw. So yeah, it is 6:30 now. I finished working out around like 5:30 maybe, and I got to the gym at 2, so 3.5 hours. So yeah, let me guzzle along all of this. I'll show you guys, and then yeah, I'm gonna shower and I have some work to do. All right, this is 2 scoops of protein. I hate protein powder. I've tried so many different proteins, maybe like 10 to 15 different ones, and I genuinely just hate the taste of protein, whether it be chocolate, vanilla, anything like that. Like, it almost gives me a headache. So what I do is I don't like sip on this for any length of time. I genuinely just shot this. I'm gonna take 20 seconds to drink this. Time me. I'm built like that, bro. Alright, so for dinner, we are having rice, 93% lean ground beef, and frozen mixed veg. Gonna be doing the rice and frozen mixed veg in the rice cooker. I'll show you guys how I do that. It's actually extremely efficient. And if you are a powerlifter and you do not have a rice cooker, this is a public service announcement. All powerlifters need rice cookers. It is probably the single thing that like keeps me on my diet and keeps me from buying food like every single day. It's really good. And then obviously the ground beef, I'm gonna cook that. Let me show you guys exactly how I do the cooking. So I have the rice cooker here going already. I have 220 grams of the jasmine rice in here, which is a little bit over a cup of dry rice. So it should make probably like close to 3 cups of like cooked rice. So basically while the rice cooker is cooking, what you want to do is obviously is going to steam up. So get one of these things like a strainer or a colander that you could buy for your rice cooker, or it like comes with it. Buy a rice cooker that comes with that, and then you take your frozen veg and you just throw that right on top. Yeah, that's literally it. Throw your frozen veg on top. You don't even need to like salt it or anything like that. Just throw it on top. Leave it, and in 20 minutes you're gonna have perfectly cooked rice and perfectly steamed vegetables that are ready to eat. That's it. You don't even need to like know when it's done or anything like that. It does it itself. It is amazing. As I said, it just keeps me on my diet more than anything else. Now for the actual ground beef, let me show you guys exactly how I season my ground beef to make it taste good and be extremely palatable. As I said, I eat 93.7 ground beef, so it's not like too tough or anything like that. But yeah, let me show you guys how I season this. So basically these are the seasonings that I use, and then sometimes these packs on the side here. So we have black pepper, onion powder, salt. I use salt very generously. Garlic powder. The most important things I would say here are the black pepper, the salt, and the garlic powder. And jerk seasoning is really important as well. And then you could also use this thing called jeera. You guys from the States might not know what that is, but yeah, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. When the beef starts to like look like that, so it starts to like sweat just like a little bit, that's when you want to really start like adding in the seasoning. So salt, as I said, I'm very generous with the salt. Reason why is just because, like, as I said, I'm a big guy, so this just helps like replenish a lot of those electrolytes. So bam. Garlic powder, as I said, this is the second most important thing. I did not realize that I didn't open this garlic powder. This is a brand new bottle. Damn. Yeah, so another thing is that you don't want your you don't really want your stuff to burn. So ideally you probably want to go ahead and like add in some water, which you guys will see me do now. Right after I add the garlic powder. As I said, I didn't know that I didn't open it. But yeah, that should be enough. Obviously I don't want to go too ham. But yeah, that should be fine. Then I'll go in with some black pepper. Pretty generous with this as well. And then again, this is starting to burn, so I have a cup of water here that I stir this in, and that helps just like, you know, cook it over time. And I'll probably turn the fire from high to like, you know, a more medium to low heat. That way it doesn't burn. And yeah, add in the jerk seasoning as well. Like a little bit of that, and it smells really, really good already. Like really, really good. And then the jeera, and then just like mix all that up, and then cover it down. And just wait until like the water mostly like dries up, and it should be really good. And the best thing about adding the water is that it gives you like a little bit of like sauce, like beef sauce afterward. That is very tasty, and you can obviously like use that on your rice, so that the rice isn't like as bland as it would normally be. So yeah, that's basically the keys here to the beef and the rice and veg. Very, very simple, straightforward, doesn't take too long. Alright, so this is the final product. Don't let the massive size of this plate fool you. This is a lot of food. This is it next to my iPhone Pro Max. Just for like reference. It is a lot of food. I am not that hungry right now, so I probably won't eat this, but I do have maybe like 2,500 more steps to get in. So I'm gonna get those steps in, then I'll eat. The only thing I'll probably add to that is just like some pepper sauce, or like hot sauce, Americans call it. And yeah, then that should be it. Really only have like 2,500 more steps to get. So that should be like roughly 20 minutes of walk, and I should be able to knock that out pretty comfortably, and then like sit down to eat after that. For those of you guys who don't know, 10 minutes of walking roughly correlates to like 1,000 steps at a very casual pace, like the pace that I'm walking at right now. One of the things which I've heard people say about getting in steps is that it is boring and they feel like they're wasting their time, and yeah, stuff like that. You could do other things while you're getting steps. Like for example, while I get in steps, a lot of times I like watch YouTube videos, or listen to podcasts, or if I have like a call to take, or a meeting to like tap into, like online, you can just take a walk, you know what I mean? And you can clearly see that on a day like today, I did 2 20-minute walks. Like it literally wasn't even that bad. 2 20-minute walks, and I'm gonna get in 10,000 steps today. So yeah, steps is really something that like changed the game for me in terms of recovery, in terms of being able to eat more and still like maintain weight, or you know, like lose weight very slowly. So yeah, get your steps in is the moral of the story here.
I think it's best if I go here. It's also nuts that you don't have a mini map, so like you don't really get a sense of where people are at all times. Only when you're looking that way, you know. That's pretty gnarly. I want to shoot them, but I'm kind of.
It's pretty good. All right, it is just about 8:45 p.m. Steps have been hit. I hit 10,155 for the day. That'll probably go up throughout the rest of the night, because it's not like I'm going to bed right now. So yeah, I'll probably go up to close to like 10,500 or something like that, depending on what I do. But the goal has been hit, 10,000. I was with my daily macro goal. So just to give you guys an idea, that last meal that I had, as I said, it was pretty big. So that was 110 grams of protein, 32 fat, and 176 grams of carbs. literally just in rice and beef, and then with the protein shake and breakfast, that put me at close to 280 grams of protein for the day, or actually just over 280 grams of protein for the day, with 3,387 calories in total. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I do to optimize like my like life and optimize training, to just like gain as much strength as possible. Just to give you guys like a recap of some of the things I do, and even just like talk about things that I would want to implement in the future, or maybe I have done in the past and I don't do now. So the first thing, as I said earlier this morning, is sleep. I try to get in anywhere from 8 to 9 hours per night. I know that is very difficult for some people depending on, you know, the kind of life that you live, but yeah, it really makes a big difference. Sleep makes a big difference, and if training is a priority, then you know, you should prioritize your sleep as well. The next one is pre-planning or tracking my food, and getting in protein one-to-one. The reason why I write pre-planning and not just tracking is because I don't like eat and then like log it and track it, you know what I mean? Tracking sort of like the notes that you're doing after the fact. I literally pre-plan. So the night before or the morning of, before I eat anything, I plan out what I'm gonna eat for that entire day, and that allows me to stay on track more so than if I was just like tracking it as I went along, and then I end up at the end of the day with 50 grams of protein left, no carbs, no fat, you know. So that's one thing I do. Next thing is water intake. So in all, I think obviously there's still time left, but so far I drank that black bottle you guys saw me drinking from in the gym, and then maybe like half of that again. So that's maybe like a gallon and a half, or about like 6 liters so far, and I'll probably get in 1 more liter before I actually like go to bed. So yeah, sometimes it's 2 gallons, sometimes it's like, you know, a gallon and 3/4 gallons. The next thing is the steps. As I said, that is major, 10,000 steps per day. If it is you want to get into steps, you don't necessarily need to start off at you know, 10,000 as like a lofty goal like that, but you could start off at you know, maybe like 6,000 to 8,000 as, you know, the range that you're shooting for, and then work your way up to 8,000 to 10,000. And then I know some people do 10,000 to 12,000. Me personally, depending on the day, like today, if I had gotten 12,000 steps, I would have woke up tomorrow morning more so and less recovered than I would have, you know, if I got in just 10,000 steps. So 12,000 a little bit too much for me, so I do 10,000. Besides that, the supplements, obviously I got in the creatine, multivitamin, the fish oils, and the protein powder, and I think that was pretty much it. I might take like a vitamin C tablet later tonight before I go to bed. That just makes sure, helps me make sure that like my immune system is like as fortified as possible, so that you know, hopefully I don't get sick or anything like that in the next 9 weeks leading into competition. Intra-workout hydration, that's a pretty big one. Yeah, the electrolyte packs really make a difference, because if it is you, let's say you catch a cramp or something like that, or even if your muscles just don't have that hydration, they're not going to recover as quickly. It really makes a big difference. And if you're like cramping up or something, that's more muscle contraction that you're not necessarily like catering for in your training or anything like that. So yeah, before I started intra-workout, like electrolytes and stuff, it yeah, like I used to feel beat up. Now that I do take electrolytes, and as you guys can see, my food is very like heavily salted as well, it makes a pretty big difference just in terms of how I feel in general. And obviously the bigger you are as a person is the more electrolytes you're gonna need, and just simply like average food may not necessarily do it for you. Another thing that I do that I didn't show in this video is mobility. So later tonight I might do some mobility, but honestly, with steps, getting in like 10,000 steps per day, you don't necessarily need to do a crazy amount of mobility. So I maybe do mobility like twice a week, mainly in like the upper body, because the getting in steps, walking around, moving around consistently really helps to negate the need for lower body mobility work or even massages or anything like that, at least for me personally. So yeah, I'll probably still do some mobility tonight or like tomorrow mainly. But the steps really negate that. But mobility work is something that I would add in there a couple times a week. And then a couple of things that I do want to start doing is one, cold plunges or like ice baths. I just don't really have like a tub for it right now, but I will be getting one pretty soon. So I might record like a part 2 to this, maybe leading into like another competition or something like that, where, you know, maybe I just like going way more hard and way more systematized and everything like that. But as that, and then maybe taking like some other vitamins as well. So like zinc is pretty good. Some people take like magnesium, K12, all these different things, like they take that separate to a multivitamin just because they want a higher amount of it than comes in like a regular multivitamin. And yeah, that might be something I look into. I used to take zinc, but yeah, I didn't necessarily notice like a huge difference like I would on like creatine or something like that, you know. But yeah, other than that, that is pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed at like around 11, and then I try to wake up at like 7. So 11 to 7, I get 8 hours, and I'm good to go. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.